Hello everyone, and you are welcome to the channel once again, English Grammar for Non-Native Speakers. In this video, we shall be talking about singular and plural nouns. Before we dive into the lesson, remember to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Special appreciation to my returning viewers. You guys are special. It is because of you I'm putting up these videos. Thank you for always keeping a day with me. Now let's dive right into it. Now let's begin with singular nouns. A singular noun represents only one person, place, animal, or thing. Of course, this topic is to some extent basic. Singular nouns refer to only one noun. So for example, we have man, just one man, lady, country, cat, stone. All of these are singular nouns, just one. One man, one lady, one country, one cat, and just one stone. Now let's come to the other side. Plural nouns. Plural nouns represent two or more people, places, animals, or things. So when we say plural, then we are counting from two and above. So example, we have men, ladies, countries, cats, stones. Each of these are more than one. If you say men, it means it is more than a man. Maybe two men, or three, or four, or five, or six men. Ladies, countries, cats, each of them are more than one. So placing them side by side, the singular is man, the plural is men. The singular is lady, the plural ladies. The singular country, the plural countries. The singular cat, the plural cats. Stone, stones. Now let's talk about regular and irregular plural nouns. Regular plural nouns are plural nouns that are formed by adding s or es. So this is the simplest way to form plural. We just add only letter s. Some nouns we add letter e and letter s. For example, dogs, dogs, boys, mangoes, cities, fingers, eyes. Each of these are regular plural nouns because we add only s. For mango, we added es. Cities, es. Fingers, only letter s. Eyes, only letter s. So all these ones, we call them regular plural nouns. They are very simple and they are very predictable. For example, if someone asks you what is the plural of eye, just say eyes. Just add letter s, then it becomes plural. So these ones are easy to convert from singular to plural. But the irregular plural nouns are not that easy because they are not predictable. Let's go to the definition. Irregular plural nouns are plural nouns that are formed in other ways except adding s or es. So the nouns whose plural are formed not by adding s or es in other different ways, we call those ones irregular plural nouns. For example, let's come to men. The singular is man, M-A-N, but the plural is men, M-E-N. Here we have feet. The singular is foot, while the plural is feet. Here we have dies. The singular is die, while the plural is dies. Here we have oxen. The singular is just ox, while the plural is oxen. Here people. The singular is person, while the plural is people. You would realize that we do not add letter s or es to these ones. Instead, we change some letters when we are converting them to plural. So that's why we call them irregular plural nouns. Now let's see these two examples. For example, when we have man, singular, and the plural is men, not mans, because we are not adding s. Foot. The plural is feet, not foots, because we are not adding s, unlike the regular ones. These irregular ones do not take s or es. So we just have to learn and master them very well. We cannot predict them. Now let's come to different ways in which we form plural of noun. Plural formed by adding only s. Here we had only letter s to make the noun plural. For example, key, K-E-Y, the plural is keys. Chicken, chickens. Bag, bags. School, schools. House, houses. Person, persons. For person, the plural can be irregular, as in people, or regular, persons, any of the two. Chief, chiefs. Roof, roofs, and the rest. Plural formed by adding es. Nouns that end in letter x, letter z, letters ch, sh, and letter o. For example, church, churches, es. We added es to make it plural. Box, boxes. Mosquito, mosquitoes. Brush, brushes. Dress, dresses. In each of these, we added es in the plural form. A good number of nouns in English language have plural forms that end in s or es. Nouns that end in letter y, change the letter y to letter I and then add es. For example, lady. Lady ends with letter y in the singular form. So when we want to make it plural, we change the letter y to letter I before we add the es. Lady, ladies. Daddy, daddies. Army, armies. Party, parties. Baby, babies. But this rule that we change the letter y to letter I and then add es has exceptions. For example, key ends in letter y, but then we do not change the letter y to letter I in the plural form. What do? We just add letter s. Keys. The same thing happens to monkey, monkeys. So in these two examples, these two green examples, there are exceptions of changing letter y to letter I before adding es. In their own case, we do not change the letter y to letter I and we do not add es. Instead, we add only s. We are still on plural formed by adding es. We are still under that. Nouns that end in letter f or letters fe. Change the letter f to letter v and then add es. For example, leaf. Leaf ends in letter f in the singular form. So in the plural form, what do? We change the letter f to letter v, then we add es. Leaf, leaves. Calf, calves. Wife, wives. Half, halves. Knife, knives. For this rule as well, there are exceptions. For example, let's look at belief, these two words in green color. Belief ends in letter f in the singular form. So when you want to convert belief to plural, we do not change the letter f to letter v. We only add letter s straight. So believe, believes. The same thing happens to chef. Chef, chefs. Chief, chiefs. Roof, roofs. In these words, we do not change the letter f to letter v. What we do is just add a letter s in the plural form. Plural formed by changing the vowels. Okay, here, louse, singular. Lice, plural. Basis, singular. Basis, plural. The only difference is that this basis is SIS, ends in SIS, while this one ends in SES. The same thing happens to thesis, crisis. The singular ends in SIS, while the plural ends in SES. Tooth, teeth. Goose, geese. Foot, feet. So in these cases, the vowels are changed from one vowel sound to another, from one vowel letter to another. Plural formed by changing the last two letters. Sometimes maybe just the last letter or the last two letters. For example, stadium, the plural can be stadia. Sometimes we have stadiums. Some of us still retain stadiums, but then we can have stadia. Medium, media. Syllabus, syllabi. Criterion, criteria. stimulus, stimuli, datum, data, formula, formulae, or some of us still retain formulas. Nouns that do not change in the plural form. There are some nouns that the singular and the plural are the same. There is no difference. We do not add letter S. For example, there is a fish that is called salmon. So the singular is salmon, the plural is also salmon. Sheep, S-H-E-E-P. The singular is sheep, the plural is sheep. The same thing as katsu, singular katsu, plural katsu. Deer, buffalo. Although in the buffalo we can still have buffaloes, but then when we say plural buffalo, we are still very correct. Aircraft, aircraft. Spacecraft, spacecraft. All these words do not change in the plural form. Some nouns end in letter S, both in singular and plural form. These ones too, there is no difference between the singular and the plural form. In fact, the singular is a bit confusing because it ends in letter S. The first one is headquarters. It may be singular, one headquarters, plural, two headquarters. Both of them end in letter S. The second one is measles. Say disease. Measles, singular, measles, plural. Arms, arms, arms. Series, series. And this one, news. News is an uncountable noun, so there is no plural form of news. News with letter S looks much like plural, although it's an uncountable noun. Some nouns usually occur only in plural forms. Most of these nouns that occur only in plural forms, not that they do not have singular forms. Of course, they have singular forms, but then the singular forms are either meaningless or not usable. For example, trousers. If you can have trouser, but then it is not usable. No one can wear trouser, only one. It must be pair, it must be two. So we have trousers. Scissors. If you have only one scissor, it cannot perform the function that a normal pair of scissors would perform. So we have scissors because it's a pair. We have pants, jeans, headphones. Of course, we can have singular headphone. Maybe one of the two is malfunctioning or is not functioning, then we can have only one to say headphone. But normally it's supposed to be headphones for the two ears. Pliers. So these words usually occur only in plural forms. Now let's come to singular and plural in compound nouns. In compound nouns, we usually have head word. So it is the head word that takes the plural marker. For example, commander-in-chief. Commander is the head word. So the plural is going to be commanders in chief. Passerby, passers by. Point of view, points of view. So it is the head word that takes the letter S, the plural marker. Now, I put these compound nouns in different colors because I want to differentiate, some things about them. Now, the first 5 compound nouns are hyphenated compound nouns. That is, they have hyphen in between. And the first 3 begin with nouns. And these nouns that begin them are the head words. So we just change those nouns to plural. The ones in blue are also hyphenated, but the construction, the combination is different. For example, go between as a verb and a preposition. In this case, the verb cannot carry the plural. It is the preposition that will carry the plural. So that's why we have go between, singular, go betweens, plural. The same thing happens to mix up. Mix is a verb, up is a preposition. So the verb cannot carry the plural marker. It is the preposition that would carry, just like betweens. Plural formed, mix up, singular, mix ups, plural. Now the ones in green color, they are called open compounds because there is a space in between the two words. And here we just have to look at the head word, which the first one is court martial. The head word is court. So singular, court martial, plural, courts martial. Heir apparent, singular, heirs apparent, plural. Now the last two words, the last two nouns, those ones are in black color. They are called close compound because there is no space in between the words. There are no hyphens and there are no spaces between the words. So we call this close compound. Handful. The plural is going to be handfuls. Close compound are easier to convert to plural. Reason is because since there is no space in between the words, just add the letter S at the end. So those ones are easy. Handful, handfuls. Mouthful, mouthfuls. Takeoff, takeoffs. And the rest. Now, singular and plural in measure words. Measure words like words that we use, nouns that we use to measure some other nouns. For example, a bag of beans. Singular. Plural is going to be bags of beans. Of course, measure words are like phrases. So in any phrase, there must be a head word, and the head word takes the plural marker. So the bag is the head word, a bag of beans, bags of beans. A basket of oranges, baskets of oranges. A liter of petrol, liters of petrol. A queue of customers, queues of customers. And the rest. Just you may pause each of the slides so that you can master them or write them down in your notes. So thank you for having another day on the channel. Hope you've learned something. Do not forget to share this video, recommend this video to other kids. If you are a parent, recommend these videos to your kids. Let them like the channel on their mobile phones. Thank you for always being there. Have a nice day. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.